Come on.
Ladies, gentlemen, gangsters, pimps, yeah, you fellas are back. Another episode of MALEROOM Reacts coming at you right now.
Yes, sir.
Hey, why is that boy trying to steal my job, Busy?
Hey, he didn't steal it. He took it.
He done took my job.
Yeah, it was right here in the face.
He my brother.
Give me that job.
That's my brother. I'm gonna let him have it.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
I appreciate you. Let me reel in the reins in this one. So let me get my bear straight. A boy right there. My man Rollo, that boy right there. That boy Tay Biz. And we are back for another episode of MALEROOM Reacts. Just in case you don't know, this show is our show when we take viral videos. We just react to them naturally. We ain't prep it. We ain't even look at it. We just gonna go ahead and browse through a couple to see how it goes. And I'll tell you, setup was with a couple of us. He didn't tell us what they are. So tell you what you got for us, dog.
Man, I got some clips and reels and some real clips, you know. And and we about to go ahead and react to it, man. Look, we're gonna do this little setup real quick here. I'm just gonna play this video, man. I want to see what you guys think about this particular video. I got a couple today.
Okay.
The first video is a nice little setup, warm us up, get back to it, right? The second video is gonna be the meat and potatoes. I think that second video is gonna be the one where you be like, we're gonna have to unpack it. All right. But this first one, let's go ahead and rock out. Here we go.
Let's go.
The biggest problem in Black America is low self-esteem. Somebody's watching this right now, can't help themselves. Who does he think he is? See, that's not, somebody watching this just had to catch themselves. It's unconscious. It's self-hate. You don't know me. Why wouldn't you just be clapping? Oh, whatever he's doing, that's great. It's a signal for what I can do. Fantastic. Why would there be any hint of negativity? But if I have low self-esteem, hurt people. So if I don't like me, I'm not gonna like you. Yeah. If I don't feel good about me, I'm not gonna feel good about you. If I don't love me, I don't have a clue how to love you. And if I don't have a purpose in my life, I'll make your life a living hell. Yeah.
Yo.
Wow.
Yeah, man. What y'all think about that, dog? What you think about that, fellas? That's a deep one, though.
Fantastic.
Man, that was
Fantastic, dog. That's a new one, no. That's a t-shirt. That's merch.
Fantastic, dog.
That's merch.
You know what I'm
Fantastic.
I don't know, man. I don't know. When I was listening to it, man, I don't know why my mind just went to social media, bro. Do y'all kind of feel me on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
expound on that.
People and nowadays, social media is so saturated, in my opinion, with people boasting about what they're doing and how they living, and it can consume others. For people who may not be 100% happy with their own lives, or people who wish they were in a different place, they'll go to social media and it enhances that doubt in themselves. So I immediately went to social media when I heard him speak, because self-esteem is one of the most valuable things we can have. Y'all know I work in education, right? So I work with children, so I see. And I work with middle school kids. And if y'all remember, man, middle school was that time where you really when you really began to learn who you are. You began to learn about people. You begin to learn about yourself. You begin to learn about how to relate to people, people who you may like, to simplify it, people you may like or dislike, and the type of energy you want in your life. And that's a hard time to do that, because when you at that age, you're impulsive, your emotions are all over the place, you're developing mentally, physically, everything, and you're just trying to figure everything out. And sadly, man, that's kind of how it is now as adults, because life is a lot stressful now than it was back when we life, life is stressful in general, but like now, with just everything going on with inflation, with racism, all of that. And so it's just very difficult to find a happy space. And then if you're just going through it in your own personal life, and then you hop on social media and you see people every other week posting, "Oh, I'm in Miami eating at these restaurants," and you sitting here like, "Damn, what am I doing wrong?" It's a problem. So I agree with everything he said, and I think social media has a major impact on that.
Rollo, got a question for you, real
Yeah.
quick. So the social media part, which was actually actually a good observation, to be real with you. So do you think that the social media influence is done because the person is comparing themselves to what they see on social media? Is that where you're getting at? It's like the person is looking at what's going on social media, and then based on what they're seeing, they're basing their self-esteem on that, which is causing the problem with their self-esteem. Is that where you're getting at?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You're trying to compare yourself to others. And it's a very enticing thing because it's easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you hop, as soon as you get on your phone, your feed pops up with somebody doing something that you're not doing. It happens
Mm-hmm.
every day. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's exactly what I meant. And it's, like I said, it's very enticing because it's right there, and your mind can your mind can drift to somewhere where it really don't need to be drifting to. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm a
The-
faithful person. I'm a spiritual person. I count my blessings every day. In the midst of
mhm.
my struggles, I count my blessings and I try to focus on that. It can consume all of us at any moment. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The fact that you were able to answer that question while the ice cream truck is playing without
Thank you. I'm sorry. I
flinching
tried to mute my mic.
is a it's a it's a testament to your growth. Because I'm telling you right now, that that ice cream truck
I
song was
tried.
kind of nostalgic, my bro. It
I
was kind of
tried not to.
nostalgic, my boy. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
like,
saying?
I
Very
tried to
mature.
mute it while you were talking so you wouldn't catch
Very
it.
Very
mature.
mature.
Yeah, the ice
That was
cream
a
truck
very
come to my.
mature moment right there,
Yeah,
man. Shout out to hey, shout out to this nigga Rollo.
I appreciate you.
Very mature moment right
It's a
there.
summertime. It's
Very
a
mature.
summertime, and the ice cream truck comes to my complex for the kids. So
Because
my
deep
bad.
down inside, when I heard it, I was like,
Yeah,
in here, in here.
it make you feel
The
some type of
kid in
way.
you wanted to react.
Exactly,
Very mature.
exactly, Jay.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I tried to mute it while you were talking, so yeah.
I got you. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Jay. What you thinking about this video, brother?
Hey man, like I said, it was fantastic, dog. Like I think
Mhm.
I actually I agree with Rob wholeheartedly, man. Like I think that this social media is made to do that, and now usually it went from TV to social media, right? Because TV did it first,
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
and the gleam and the glisten was always a target, and they that's how they get you to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's the target that they want you to be like me or be like that. And if you don't have it, then you can succeed and do it in the prosperous way of thinking, right? It came from TV and then it went into social media because now we do it to ourselves. That's because we own it, right? You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like the companies
That's a good
are
point. We do
doing
it to
that to
ourselves.
let
That's a good
us
point.
cycle it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're just putting each other down, and this low self esteem thing goes on. Like, and I think, yeah, that's the way that is, to the point it is almost it's almost in everybody's subconscious to hate on one another
Hmm.
Mm.
because of because of you automatically think it's of a boasting factor. Like, we all live different lives or whatever, but why is it instilled that we hate the other person that's higher on a higher level or in a different tax bracket than us? Like, why is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that feeling became produced in social media to people that feels that way already. So they're the ones that's boasting in the higher planes. Everybody that has more money and is successful is not boasting, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
There's some people that's generally, you know what I'm saying, that generally just made a good living for themselves. You know what I'm saying? But there's people that want to do the money phone thing and be on the yacht and like, hey, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. And you know what I mean? Like there's people that boast to the point that like it has to be in an esteem channel, like self-esteem. That's why I agree with it. It has to be in there because people literally take time out from their actual life to reach that just to boast that moment. Like, think about it. Like, people actually will take a vacation to Miami to just record it to show themselves having fun.
Wow. Yeah.
And then go back to their 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And be a normal cubicle person like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So they, you know what I mean? But you know, like people actually live in that estate. You know, like, some people are just, you know what I'm saying? And then those people that live in that estate that want a camera, you know what I'm saying? Like photo shoot everything they do in life, everything they eat and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That make you think like I should be deserving of that.
That is so annoying.
And then you go bank your bank account just to get that experience to record it yourself. It's retarded.
Yeah, that's so
annoying. And I hate using that word. I'm sorry, but it's remedial. It's like it's just, you know what I mean? Like
I can't stand when people post food. I can't stand when people post food, man. Eat it.
We walk around the camera, so it's like everything is on there. So I agree that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's automatically that. You know what I'm saying? And if it's only because you don't like yourself, and that was the key point of the video.
Yeah.
It's because you don't like you. Yeah. And people don't know that. But if you really think about the way you output, you know what I'm saying? Well, you got something to say about old girl and her dress or something like that, and you do like, you know what I'm saying, always looking like, well, you think he is with these fresh outfits on. You know what I'm saying? That means you don't like you. So take time out to like you. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I think it's all stemmed in that. I think it's come from low self-esteem.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, the the self-esteem part is hindering our ability to be unified. It's kind of like what I got from it as well. My perspective on what he said, because of the mere fact that if I'm like all three of us here, we are 100% the owners of the MALEROOM network. You know what I'm saying? We all have an equal stake in all of this. You know, we all have different capacities and roles that we play in this network, and there's no jealousy between us because we know that as individual men outside of this, we're good. We okay, and we don't have no problems with ourselves that spill over to each other.
Right
now, that's what I think is the problem with, like what my man saying about the fact that your self-esteem is such an issue that it's a problem for the community, because there's so many people, individuals with a self-esteem issue. It's causing a community problem. And so I always talk about macro issues being motivated by micro issues. So it's the individuals. And so he's trying to let us know that it's time for us to evaluate ourselves individually on our own, so that way we can have the ability to bring forth a better community of, in particular, Black people, is what because he's mentioned about Black people having that self-esteem issue in America. And like you said, Rollo make a good point, and Jay, you made a good point. Like, you know, people will go all the way to Miami just to say they went to Miami, take pictures, and present a lifestyle that they know they don't upkeep. You just had a moment. You had a vacation moment. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't your upkeep. You ain't traveling all the time.
Right.
And not on your own money. You probably using somebody else's money for that, but that's another video. But yeah, so I definitely agree with my man on that too as well. And I think once we tackle the issue with ourselves, then we'll be able to unify a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Cool. Y'all satisfied with it? Y'all got more to it?
That was good. I like that.
Good. All right. Well, I'm about to go on ahead. And for those of you right now that's watching us, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mailroom Network. It's the greatest network on YouTube.
Claim it.
I don't even understand why. I don't even know why you look. I don't even know why you looking at anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Claim
this is look here. Subscribe to the greatest channel on YouTube, the Mailroom Network. Man, that was a long time ago. We over 200 subs now. But let me tell you something. Like us, subscribe us, comment up.
Comment up.
Comment on
You just created a word, bro. Comment up. Hey, just to let y'all know, I'm using that in season 4 of the Mailroom Show. I'm just letting y'all know that.
Okay, got you.
I need copyright privileges, okay?
You got it, dude.
Thank you.
Got it, dude.
So we have that is our legally binding agreement now. So you cannot flag me on no copyright because I'm using that next season. Thank you. Comment up.
Comment up.
Send me that in the DM. Send me that in the DM just so I can have it. That'll be our writing. That'll be in writing.
Absolutely.
Send it in the DM. Man. All right.
I will have my legal counsel
comment up.
Comment up and subscribe to the Mailroom Network. Hey yo, before I play this video, I gotta do this real quick.
Now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
I don't believe that all of your feelings are valid.
Wait, sir. Her feelings are very valid, just like yours are very valid. That does not mean they're not correct.
I don't believe in that. So you could come up to me and say, oh, I feel like you're cheating on me. Am I cheating on you? No.
There's a difference
of
her feelings being valid versus your actions being true. You just let her know. Let me reassure you, this is not what's going on.
I'm not the type of guy to continue talking about the same thing. If I told you no once and you ask me again, I'm just gonna ignore you.
So if you guys could choose one thing you need to work on, you will both say communication.
Not for me, no.
My concern is that when I'm talking to you, don't make me feel inferior to you.
I just find that to be insecurities. And your insecurities, they're within you.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Do you want me to play it again?
Yeah.
One more time for the people.
One more time for the people.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I don't believe that all of your feelings are valid.
Wait, sir. Her feelings are very valid, just like yours are very valid. That does not mean they're not correct.
I don't believe in that. So you could come up to me and say, oh, I feel like you're cheating on me. Am I cheating on you? No.
There's a difference
of
her feelings being valid versus your actions being true. You just let her know. Let me reassure you, this is not what's going on.
I'm not the type of guy to continue talking about the same thing. If I told you no once and you ask me again, I'm just gonna ignore you.
So if you guys could choose one thing you need to work on, you will both say communication.
Not for me, no.
My concern is that when I'm talking to you, don't make me feel inferior to you.
I just find that to be insecurities. And your insecurities, they're within you.
Here we go. Meat and potatoes. Yo, Jay, I'm gonna start off with you, dog. On this one, man. Yeah, I'm gonna start off with you on this one.
Man, no, I started the show. You go ahead.
Go ahead, Busy.
You started the show. You always start the show.
I know, ain't nothing different. All right, you said like it's something different.
All right, well, okay. All right.
Well, go ahead, Busy.
All right, man. I'm about to. Okay, look.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Go.
Okay, so This right here is a thing that I am very, very detailed about when it comes to validating feelings. If your feelings are based on something that is misconstrued or misinterpreted or a fallacy, it's going to be hard for me to validate your feeling, to validate it. It's going to be hard for me to do that. My man in this video is telling you, to my man, to the lady, you can't say I feel like I'm cheating on you, cheating on me, and I'm telling you I'm not cheating on you, and you want me to validate that feeling. I can't validate something that is not true. She was like, her feelings are very valid. Look, just like your feelings are very valid, ma'am.
Yeah.
How are you going to validate something that's based on something that's not true? That's like you going to the Secretary of State or DMV or BMV, wherever you're from, and you go down there and you give and you tell the people that you want your license renewed, but you want them to use a different photo. And you give them the photo that you want them to use on this particular license to validate it so you can drive a car as someone else. That is preposterous. It's egregious. It's churlish. It's insubordinate. It's a fallacy.
Okay.
I am so tired of feelings. I'm tired of feelings getting more credit than the truth. The truth of the matter is, this man is not cheating on you. Why you keep asking him if he's cheating on you?
Mm-hmm.
And then want to turn around and say, I don't want to feel inferior to you when I talk to you. You keep asking me inferior questions that I've already told you and gave you assurance on. What the hell is wrong with you? Your ass keep asking me the same thing that I've gave you assurance about before. This is on you now. And then she wants to cry as if he's hurting her feelings because she can't accept the fact that she may have insecurities. It could be you sometimes. It just might be you. I am so sick of feelings overriding truth. Stop telling me you feel like I'm doing something when I'm not doing it. I'm not validating your feeling. You're going to feel that by yourself. You're going to do that alone. I cannot validate something that's not true. And what we have is the issue. This woman is trying to mediate between a man and a woman, and she's trying to validate. She's trying to stick up for the woman and saying her feelings are valid. Valid based on what? It sounds more like an accusation than a feeling. Yeah. It sounds like you're accusing me of cheating when I'm not even doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you feel that way. Mm-hmm. If I've done something to you that is based on a fact or evidence of something, and you know what? I feel this way about you because of how you operated in this particular instance, and you actually operated that way, that's different. You can validate that. Because it's based on something that's true. Just like you can validate an opinion if your opinion is based on truth. But based on an idea of something that ain't even happening is ridiculous. And that is the issue I have. This particular video was a prime example of how feelings can override truth, so much so that it could carry on to anything. It can carry on to anything. How many times have we seen Karen videos where they in a mall somewhere shopping and they're like, oh my God, the security guard, he just hit me. And no one is even near this white woman. No one is even near this Karen. Who hit you? She puts herself on the ground. Look at the thin line between love and hate. Lynn Whitfield whooped her own ass. And she whooped her own ass.
That's real.
And was able to blame
Was able to, yep.
able to blame Martin for it
Yep.
when he wasn't even there. He wasn't even there. But all she said was he did it, and what happened? He got in trouble.
Crazy.
That's all. That's what feelings can do. Feelings can get you arrested, bro.
Yep.
So you want me to validate something that has no bearing of truth on it? How can I validate it? Your feelings have to be based on something that actually occurred. It's not occurring. I feel like you're cheating on me. That was a great example he used because she's actually said that. He's like, I'm not going to keep going through this with you. Just say you don't trust me. Can we just get to the real? Just say I don't trust you. Okay, why don't you trust me? Now we can have a real conversation.
Yeah.
But blaming me for something based on a feeling you got, that's where you lose me. I'm gonna start off with that.
Hey man, like, first of all, bro, great points. And my brothers, y'all know what I just went through recently. And the points you just made, Tay, was amazing because those are the realizations that I'm having to come to terms with now after what I just went through. And y'all, my brothers know. So first of all, I thought the video was a prime example of a word that we use a lot on our show called accountability, because and another word that he used that we use a lot is insecurity. And a lot of times when we try to have these conversations with women or we try to let them know what we feel and where we're at, they don't want to hear it, unfortunately. And that sit down that they were having was the result of that. They had to go see a therapist because you're not listening to what this man is saying.
Right.
You're not accepting what this man is trying to tell you. I'm not going to repeat myself. He set that in stone. Like, I'm not going to, if I tell you something, I'm not going to say it again. I'm not.
Because my story not going to change.
It's not going to change.
It's not going to change.
The way I feel is how I feel. Okay? If I did something wrong to you and I apologize for it, I've apologized for it. Now, you have the right to forgive me or not. You choose to forgive me. Let's move on. Don't keep bringing it up. If you ask me a question about a situation and I give you an answer, you may not like it, but that's where I'm at. Don't keep asking me. If I tell you something about a situation, you may not like it, but don't keep bringing the situation up. That's all it is. In every scenario, no matter what and I said that to give different scenarios. It's not going to change. That's where my head is at. And it sounded like she was refusing to accept it. The problems are not going to dissolve. The problems are not going to dissolve because you won't take what I'm saying seriously. It's going to enhance, it's going to maximize. The issues are going to continue. You know what I mean? If you say you forgive me, forgive me. If you say you believe me, believe me. If you say you forgive me, forgive me. But if you don't, and it just randomly keeps coming up, now we're gonna have to go sit on the couch to talk to somebody. That's what I got from that video. And I agree with I agree with the tone of what my man was saying. He looked extremely irritated. I don't know if y'all noticed that. He looked extremely irritated and bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just looked over it. He looked over it and he was just ready to try to. Yeah, what'd you say, Biz? My bad.
He probably checked out.
Yeah. And like, I'm tired of saying the same thing. I'm tired of doing the same thing. If you're refusing to understand where I'm at mentally, and when I and my level of communication is my level of communication. To me, if you communicate with somebody enough to where you know they can understand it, it might not be the way they want you to communicate it, but if it's enough for you to understand it, then we adults understand the shit. And then let's move forward. And let's attempt to move forward and see what happens. So
yeah. a lot of things went through my head listening to y'all and watching the video. For one, feelings are valid though. I will have to say that. Let's not get that misconstrued. I'm going to say that feelings are valid, but I think where people mess up at is when they try to validate them, and I think that's different. Just because you feel some way does not make it the truth. These are two totally different things. You have your opinion of things, then you have the truth. Just like you have a lie, then you have the truth. It's two totally different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have an opinion about anything you wish to have an opinion about. That's completely fine. To the point that you can discourse your own reality about a subject and nobody should care. Because that's how you feel about it. But when you try to parallel your reality with the reality and it doesn't make sense, and you're trying to make sense, that's what you call trying to get yourself validated. And that's when it doesn't work. You understand? Like, that's when it doesn't work.
Yep.
When you start off, and when you have to be cautious about people that do this such thing, because they frequently start discourses with "I feel." That's how you know that they are rendered in their opinion more than the truth. And you need to watch out for people like that. Well, I feel like you should be like this. Well, I feel like, you know what I mean? There's men that do that crap too. Like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of, what is the truth though? Like, once we, as human beings, dog, especially in dialectic conversation, the more we get close to accurate conversation, the more better off we will be. The problem is that people associate and attach truth with your feelings, and they are two totally different things. This is why my man was feeling this way. I'm telling you the truth, because what you feel about it doesn't matter.
Right.
I think a lot of people don't. It does not freaking matter.
It don't matter, man.
What you feel about the truth. The sky is blue. We're not going to argue this. Okay? You know what I mean? And some people will like to do that, and this is not healthy in conversation. Let's just keep it a buck, because a lot of people, are scared of the truth. That's what it is. You're not who you think you are. You're not smart as you think you are. You're not up to par as you think you are. And when somebody reveals that, then you want to get offended. But it is the truth. That's just what it is. I am not 6 feet tall.
That's the truth.
As much as I want my doctor to lie about this, as much as I want to feel taller by dating shorter women, I am not 6 feet tall.
Not tall.
That's just the truth. And so when we get closer to the truth, man, it'll be an easier plane of conversation. Now, my man was irritated, and let me another point. When we talk about reality shows and people sitting down in front of cameras, I don't really agree with or believe half of the shit people say.
I hear you. Yeah.
All right? Because a lot of that stuff is scripted reality, and that's a whole different conversation.
Was that a reality show, Tay?
Yeah, that's like TV reality show clip, yeah.
Okay.
That kind of the thing. So it's like, because they had the music playing in the background.
I got
stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really, but let's just take just the content of the video, right? The content of the video was a woman that was trying to explain her feelings to a guy that was very front-ended about accurate conversation. The reason why that the host of the meeting was trying to defend the woman, if you notice at first, she tried to defend her feelings by being sympathetic to her idea. Like, you know what? Feelings are valid. That don't mean they don't have to be correct, but feelings are, she tried to do that because she felt that way, right? It was like a woman tag team thing in thought. And, that was, and my man did not go for it because he was, I'm sorry.
I said it was sister code.
Oh, you said sister code. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it was like that. You know what I'm saying? So So my man didn't go for it because he was like, and he explained it very accurately. Like, hey, just because you feel it don't mean I'm doing it. That's what's up. See, the thing is, my man is front-ended about accuracy and conversation straight up. Like, old girl want to implement feelings. And my man is not the type to talk about feelings. And so when he made that perfectly clear, the conversation stopped and everybody got silent. You see what I'm saying? Because now we're talking about truth. My man said, you have insecurities. That was a truth statement. And you can't argue about truth. You see what I'm saying?
That's
and so that's how I got quiet. Old girl was like, the host started looking at old girl like, how do you feel about the truth? That's all I'm saying, man. I don't converse. As I got older and mature, I don't converse on feelings and truth on the same plane. If I start noticing that people start convoluting these two events, I do not talk to people like that.
Don't mix.
Because what they'll do this narcissistic maneuver and try to make their reality yours. And all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You'll start believing or feeling their feeling and forgetting about the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because of the person, because of the event, because of, you know what I'm saying? Because she hurt and she feels skeptical. Now you have to listen to her feeling about you. You necessarily don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do that, especially if the truth is you haven't been doing that. Now, based on the contents of the video, we can't say if my man was lying or not. Let's just be true. We can't. In the content of the video, we can't tell if he was being true or not. So I'm not going to pick a side.
Right.
But if it's the truth, just let the truth be the truth. That's all I'm saying. Like, we all know what the truth is. Back in the, you know what I'm saying? Like, back in the conversations of our own people and whatever in our own relationships, we know what the truth was. But we want to avoid it because of fear of it. You know what I'm saying? Of our feelings being involved, or because we don't like the reality. We try to maneuver around it to the point that we have conversation that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever had somebody talk to you and don't like the word no?
Yeah.
So they'll talk to you and maneuver questions in statements rather than questions, because questions have yes or no answers. But they maneuver it into statements. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, what are you doing later? Okay, since you're not doing nothing, you're going to be available to do something? Okay, so I was thinking that we should. Hey, are you asking me to do something? That's all you have to do. But they don't do that for the fear of the truth. The truth of the matter is, I might not want to do it. And I might tell you that flat out. I don't want to do it. Then all of a sudden, you butt hurt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
You ever been in that scenario? See, I don't like people dealing with feelings in truthful conversations, especially in question Q&A. Q&A involves the truth and a lie. It should, at least. But people get their feelings involved into it and start maneuvering thoughts and sentences. And I don't like that. Like, talk to me straight up. Everybody want to keep it 100 though, right? Ain't this a symbol that people put in text messages? Let's keep it 100 then.
100, my friend.
I'm sorry.
I want to keep it 100 with you, okay? Let me tell you something. I can't validate something you don't understand, essay. I can't validate something you're confused about, essay.
That's true.
She said, I just don't want to feel inferior to you when I talk to you. What does it have to do with inferior? Inferior. What is it that's bringing you to this point? Like you said, when people, that's where I was getting at too when I was making my spiel. Once you start trying to validate something that don't make sense, this is where you lose a lot of people. This is where it gets kind of cloudy.
There's no communication at that point at all.
Yeah, your feelings can be valid, but when you try to validate something that even you know that it ain't really popping, It's going to cause conflict and it's going to cause friction between two people that's having a conversation. This is the reason why you have to be front-ended, like Jay said, which is a great way to describe it. Be front-ended about what it is you feel, think, sense, whatever. Be front-ended about it. Don't have a hidden feeling about something that you ain't even got the evidence for, and then spill it out your mouth and be like, you know what? You're making me feel like I feel like you're doing. It feels like, no, you have to do something for me to feel like you did something.
Right.
That's how you validate your feeling.
And what do I always say? For it's supposed to be what?
Simple,
but it's
not.
Thank you.
You're trying to validate something based on something that you can't prove.
Yeah.
That is where, and I'm just being an advocate here. That is where it gets fuzzy for the person that's being spoken to like this. It's like, what are you basing this on? When you listen, when I went to the emergency, when I had something going on with me, because I felt something in my, evidently it was bad. That's why I went to the emergency and I drove myself there. And the doctor confirmed what you felt was true. Medication, player. I'm subscribing. I'm prescribing rest, player. Boom. They wasn't letting me go until my blood pressure got right, until everything was stable, because I was on some other stuff. I was sick. The truth of the matter is I was sick. You know why? So I felt sick because I was sick. That's what it's based, the feeling and the truth. If you're going to base a feeling on the idea of something that it's not happened yet, then you're going to lose your spouse, partner, significant other, whoever you dating or whatever. You're going to lose them because they like, I'm not even doing anything. So where is this actually coming from? And if it's coming from some residue of something that happened before, then you cannot expect the person to give you any type of outlet when they don't have any understanding of what's going on. You got to let them know what's happening and what's going on with you. You have to be vulnerable and let them know, like, this is why I think this way. And if you tell somebody this is why I think this way and this is where it comes from, then what you're showing them is emotional intelligence with yourself. Or I would say, so we talk about self-esteem, self-management, self-awareness. All of that is a part of your makeup. You cannot give me a distorted self-awareness of yourself and then want me to expect to understand that when you're not even clear and precise about your own self. So what do you want me to validate? Based on how? Based on what?
Yeah.
So by nature, yes, we can say your feelings are valid by nature from the initial standpoint. But when we unpack the
initial
feeling,
standpoint, right?
But when after we unpack that, ma'am, where'd that come from? Because that's not what's happening.
Right.
You can't say I feel like you're cheating, because she has said that to him before. I feel like you're cheating on me. You can't say feel like cheating. That's an accusation.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say, dog. Like,
yeah,
your feelings are not either true or false.
And it's an invalid accusation because you have nothing on it, Tay.
False.
Exactly.
It's an invalid accusation because there's nothing. There's nothing behind it.
That's what Jay
speculation. Yeah.
True or
my bad, Jay. Yeah. My bad, Jay. I'll just
I'm just saying. So like,
I agree with that.
Yeah. So how can you actually?
How can we go through the sense of validation when your feelings are neither true or false? They're just opinions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're just feelings. They're just emotions. Now we're trying to coagulate these things with truth and lie.
He said,
I can't lie about the way I feel. I can't lie about the way I feel, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, bro.
Think about it. I can't lie about the way I feel.
Yes, sir.
I can only tell the truth about the way I feel, right?
There you go. That's all you can do.
I feel like XYZ, right?
Yep.
But when society starts to try to parallel truth with feeling, that's when everything gets screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about two different things. There is no conversation that should be had about validating feelings. I'm just saying, that's just my feeling, bro. That's just my feeling on it. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't be a conversation about validating your feelings. This is the thing that was conjured to make you feel better about your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's a construct that people came up with. Like, I could go ahead and prove what I feel is right. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any freaking sense.
Let him cook now. Let him cook.
Come on, dog. Like, just say you feel that way, then put it there, and then look at the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Then whatever the truth is, you work accordingly after that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love when my dad used to tell me, dog, he used to put a pen in front of me and be like, how long is this? I can feel any way about it.
Right.
But once I put a ruler to it, it's a wrap. I don't give a damn about how anybody feels about it. The pen is 8 inches. That's it.
Shout out to your dad.
That's
bro.
it.
Yes.
So I can feel like the pen is 9 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And if the pen is 8 inches, that means I was more accurate with my feelings. I was still having a feeling.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me more accurate. That's not the same reality. You see what I'm saying? And then people want to play that game, and I don't care about that shit. Like, that's just me, dog. Like, I hate that. That's why I'm so... Because I had a very toxic relationship, right? That I came from. So I know how it is to manipulate feeling with reality.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
Toxic people do this. They manipulate feeling with reality to cause you to maneuver the way they want you to maneuver.
God damn. Say that one more time. Say that one more time for the people in the back, Jay. Jay. Say that one more time for the people in the back, bro. Say it one more time for the people in the back, bro.
Toxic people uses their reality against the reality to make you maneuver the way they want you to maneuver.
That's called
so
manipulation.
It's like if they be like, I feel like it should be like this, and for the fact that you feel some way about that person, you be like, okay, maybe it should be like that, and then you bend it, and all of a sudden you're maneuvering on their scale, and that's it. Instead of being like, hey, I understand you feel that way, but the way it is the way it is, and then your relationship is based on truth, and that's how you get there. If you base your relationship on feeling, then you'll forever have a toxic relationship. That's a whole different thing. I quit.
Let's fucking go.
Hey, do me a favor real quick, man.
What up?
Do me a favor with this. Show them the email for me, please.
Oh, sure. No problem at all.
Nah, I know you enjoyed it because I did. My man's did.
Oh, my God.
Everybody watching enjoyed this. So, if you wanted to have us react, please email us at themailroom D13@yahoo.com. That is I love saying it like that. That is D13@yahoo.com. Let's get the banners real quick and make sure we have other shows going on. Go ahead and go to the Mailroom channel, man. Go ahead and look at. We just finished, season 3. The Mailroom show was great. We're coming back for that. We have Coffee and Conversation. We're coming back for that, and we have plenty more dialogue to give y'all.
Yeah.
So let me get my bears right. Right there, Rollo. Right here, stay. This is the Mailroom Show. Mailroom Reacts. We'll be back at you.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yeah.